Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this fun YouTube hop with my friends Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and Shannon from She's Crafty here on YouTube, and we are playing along with a fun hop and challenge in the Scrapbook Your Joy Facebook group. So of course I will have all of that information down below, and each one of us is guest designing again in November for Scrapbook Your Joy using this month. Last month we used the same collection, The Peaceful Heart by Jen Hatfield, and this month we each have a different winter collection. I think Christy is using a lot of, she's got some Rosie Studio as well as some of the Vicki Wooten Warm Wishes, I think. And Shannon is using some City Sidewalks. And I have the gorgeous Cartabella Home for Christmas collection. And today's challenge and hop is a Scraplift one. And we are scraplifting Sophie Delorme, who is a fellow Canadian, actually a fellow, I think she's in Montreal, so just an hour or so away from me. And she is _scrappy over on Instagram, and you can see her gorgeous layout up here in the corner. And it's a layout that she created for the Scrapbook and Cards Today Winter 2021 magazine, and it is gorgeous. She has such a lovely, elegant style. So here is my take on her lovely layout. Now, I stayed fairly close, definitely fairly close to the design that Sophie did, and fairly close to the sort of broader theme. Sophie did my 10 Warm Wishes for You with a beautiful photo of her daughter, I believe, and therefore sort of a list type thing. And I wanted to follow along a little bit with that by doing a few favorite things of the season for me, hence a selfie. I don't think I've done one of those layouts either in my everyday scrapbooking or in my generic album, and I did not do one of those in my December documented last year. So I thought I would like to get that done and recorded. So that is that's the inspiration I got from Sophie's layout. Then, so I started off by doing the layering, very similar to the way that she did. And you know how I love different widths of frames. So I applied that, as I often do to photos, to the entire layout. So I gutted this lovely piece of paper from the Home for Christmas Cartabella collection, the white cardstock that Sandra sent us, which I love, and I need to find out what it was. Some of the red cardstock, it was a basil cardstock, and then the white cardstock on top. So that sort of brings the layout in and makes a focal point, I guess about 11 by 11 or maybe 10 3/4 by 10 3/4. So I got all of that done, and then I did want to get a little mixed media on the background, but very subtle, just something that would not make the white quite as stark. And Sandra said, just, use whatever mixed media you would like to use, cut files if you want, but otherwise try and stay pretty much within the collection. Now, I did do a couple of deviations, but very little. So I grabbed my Paige Evans, one of the Paige Evans stencils, this lovely star stencil with different sizes and different clustering of stars. And I went into my stash and dug out this Brilliance Platinum Planet. So it's a silvery colored ink. And I just did some inking in the background, and I love that effect. I wanted the shininess, but I didn't want to put some paste on the background like I did on a layout that you saw just last weekend where I used the glacier paste. I didn't want paste on this. I didn't want that texture. So I don't know what made me think of this, but I went to look in my stash because I think I've had this for 15 years or so, and it's still perfectly juicy and works beautifully, and I love the subtle effect on the background. So I got that down. My selfie, which I just matted in, this is the back of this lovely, this is the B-side to this lovely paper. It was a check, a white and black check, so I just used the black portion of it to make a shelf for my photo. One of the stickers from the Home for Christmas, one of the border stickers. This little house, which is sort of a bit of a daily countdown to Christmas from 1 to 25, because a few of my favorite things. And these little foam stars, I die cut them from a fun die, star die that I have, one of the close to my heart star dies that I have. And I had that left over from a project, and I just sort of popped it here to finish this little area. I wanted to get my title in the same area that Sophie did, with different alphas. So this is where I went out of the collection a little bit, because I didn't want to use the white and gold that was in with the collection, which is beautiful, but I really wanted to stay in sort of the reds, the greens, the blacks, and the white for this layout. So a few, which are from Scrapbook Your Joy anyway, and this is part of my newer set. You will have just seen this share not so long ago. This came from the Vicky Bouton Warm Wishes. The No You was going to bother me, but there. So a few favorite things. Have a very Merry Christmas. That is really just there. It doesn't need to be part of the title. It's not really part of the title, but I really wanted, I found that little white gap a little too much. So I just popped that sticker there, and then got some of the chipboard out and a few other little stickers to follow a little bit what Sophie had done in her layout. For the top portion here, I think on Sophie's, she uses a large die cut or maybe sticker that she popped up on foam. So I went in and just wanted to make myself a little bit of a banner using the Home for Christmas, the Cartabella Home for Christmas chipboard banners. So I used 7 of them up here and just did them at a little bit of a different height, hardly, but just to give a little bit of interest. And I popped that up in the middle. So I had all that. Then this lovely vertical column gave me a little bit of trouble. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it. I didn't want it to cover the entire area because I think maybe my tags are a little bit bigger than Sophie. So I found that just too much, and I wanted some of this lovely mixed media to shine through. So I went smaller. So I made my tags, and then I kept cutting them down and cutting them down. So they maybe have a little bit of a weird finish, but that's fine with me. So I did 4 tags that I made, and that I just used one of my punches. The normal tag is 2 inches, I believe, and I cut these down to, it's probably about an inch, maybe not quite an inch and a half, but more than an inch and a quarter. Overlapped them, and there was Chopin saying hi, and lined them up here with just one of the red cardstock rectangles that I put here, and added a piece of white cardstock on top and a banner piece of white cardstock here, so I could do a little bit of journaling with a few of my favorite things. And then just got a die cut. These are 2 die cuts from the collection. A sticker, Christmas Cheer, which can be part of my favorite things as well. Deck the halls. I love decorating. Traditions. I do like to maintain a few traditions. Holiday fun, which can mean all sorts of things. So I thought that these stickers and or die cuts would still go along with the theme of my title. Fa la 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 la. I love Christmas music. I do not sing though, or at least I should not sing. Popped the joy up on foam, and did this as a little bit of a tag, but really with a rectangle, and then one of the chipboard pieces. So decorating my little tree, sitting quietly looking at it, Christmas lights, seeing the homes in my neighborhood decorated, Christmas cozies, and movies. So you can see that I love the colors and the lights, that and the coziness. I like to turn a lot of the lights out in my house and then just have my little tree lit up. It's a very, very small tree. You'll see in one of my December documented album spreads for sure. And then down here, all of the crafty December fun. My December documented December documented album is so much fun, as is sharing with my friends, watching YouTubes. I love just getting impregnated by the spirit through what a lot of my friends are doing for their documenting of the season. And then I went out a little bit of the collection again to just get one little Dottie About Flair, lovely Flair piece on here, because as you know, I like to get one on every layout. And that pretty much does this. So this was a fun challenge. Thank you so much, Sophie, for the awesome inspiration. Merci beaucoup. And please make sure you pop on down below to see what Christy and Shannon have for you and their take on this lovely layout today. And of course, make sure you pop on over into the Facebook group to play along with the challenges. They are all open, I believe, until the 5th of December, and there have been a fair amount every week or so through the autumn season. So make sure you pop on over to the Facebook group. So the store and the Facebook group will be linked down below, as well as Christy's and Shannon's channels. And I will see you back here very, very soon, my friends. Thanks for being here.